which is really quick. It involves Venom 2. Venom 2 was moved up, and I'm happy about it. So
2 weeks.
Just in case if you guys don't know about it. So from Variety, Venom Let There Be Carnage will move in theaters earlier than expected. The date moved up to 2 weeks in wake of the Shang-Chi box office success. It's a surprise move. The comic book adaptation starring Tom Hardy as the journalist turned alien symbiote will debut in theaters earlier than expected on October 1st. What do you guys think? Good idea or bad idea? What do you guys think?
I think that's good because, we just had this movie originally last year, and then it was September, and then they pushed it back to October 15th, and now it's October 1st. So we're now less than a month away, and I feel like people need to go see this and make it successful to keep movies where they are right now.
I'm fine with it. We had such a gap for such a long time. It's good.
It feels good to have all these movies back, and they need to stay where they are. So we need to go support these movies.
Yeah.
And so just to keep everything smoothly, and the Eternals will stay in November. Spider-Man, No Way Home. No Way Home will stay in December, and then we need to prevent those delays, basically. And I hope it stays successful because they're saying it could count if Venom kind of flops, it could affect Spider-Man.
Yeah, exactly.
And
I think it's connected to that too because it's like.
I want to say I do.
You want to
say something? So I love Tom Hardy. I want to preface this by saying I love Tom Hardy, but the first Venom kind of sucked, and I don't expect this one to be any better. So just saying that I love Tom Hardy though, but full expectation of suckage.
What did you like about it? Because I loved it.
Yeah, I love
really?
the first Venom too.
Oh yeah.
Dan's pretty heated.
When I watched the movie, I'm gonna be honest.
I felt like it was full on.
I thought it wasn't gonna be any good. And my friend Sean that went with me, we went in there thinking he knew that I was gonna. He said I knew you were gonna hate it. I watched it. When the movie ended, we walked out, and he goes, "What'd you think?" I said, "I'll tell you later in the car." We get in the car, we start recording. And then when I said I loved it, he was shocked. I loved it. I'm not gonna lie. I loved it. I didn't expect to like it. My expectations were low, but I like the direction. It made $800 million in the theaters. It proved that you don't need a Spider-Man to make a successful Spider-Man related movie. But I think the reason I think this is all good news because it proved that the formula of still letting movies come to the theater instead of day and date with Disney Plus. It proves that the theater is still a powerful thing as far as financially. That's all.
Yeah. For these kinds of movies.
Yeah. I feel like that's why Black Widow should have had the same opportunity.
It should have.
So they really screwed.
That's gotten more heated too, but that's a whole nother topic.
I'm saying I think Black Widow should have the same opportunity Shang-Chi did.
Did you see Venom?
No, I didn't. I cannot help with this conversation at all.
Well, I loved the first Venom. I went there I was going to be open-minded about it.
Yeah.
Since I know Sony's kind of, faltered on some characters and made it look bad. But I was like, okay, well, I know their history, but I want to be open-minded about this movie, and I liked it. So I'm feeling good things about the second one too.
Awesome.
So,
what do you think? Good idea or bad idea? What do you think about the news, Jess?
I got a love-hate relationship with Venom. The very first movie, because to me, my personal opinion, is not really Venom.
Thank you.
How can you have Venom he don't have the logo?
Thank you.
That's not Venom
because he hasn't met Spider-Man yet.
No.
At this point, like you said, does he even need Spider-Man? You don't even need Spider-Man.
I have to feel like there's a faint logo on his chest.
Nothing to do
Bane.
About nothing.
Yeah,
it's Bane. It's Bane and a freaking
this whole conversation came from what do you think about the date change to people wanting to vent about how awesome or bad. You remote guys, leave us panel Venom lover guys alone. You guys think you're so superior.
I'm sorry. We had a history with these characters in the first Venom movie. He was not Venom. He was not historical Marvel Venom. We walked in and they threw some black goo at Tom Hardy and he just rolled with and ate some people.
Now we're accusing Tom Hardy.
She has a good point. See, I like the movie, but I'm not like a purist. I don't know much about like Venom's character, right? And so I went into it without doing that.
I'm just saying.
But I mean,
anti-hero that eats heads.
Well, I mean, like X-Men, like I knew X-Men's history. And it's like I've always been mad that Gambit wasn't X-Men. So that's something that's always bothered me. But that's because I knew the backstory. If I'd known more of the backstory, Venom, maybe I'd.
All I'm just saying is like it's way better than the first Venom that we got.
Can we all agree on that? Better than the Venom that we got in Spider-Man 3.
That was
okay,
that
but
was
who likes Spider-Man 3?
I disagree.
Let's be real about that.
there's always a
what was good about Spider-Man 3?
Well, guys, let us know what you guys think about the whole thing. We're gonna obviously the panel thing is it's a heated thing. I like it actually, but
it's fun.
But look, I'm gonna call it right now.
Yeah.
In-house panel team, we win. Okay, now moving on to the next topic. It's rigged.
Woody Harrelson. That's all I gotta say.
Carnage looks amazing.
No.
He does. Carnage does look amazing.
Yeah, Carnage. The costume looks amazing, but I mean that's what they do. They give them good costumes and they throw them out there to do not what they're supposed to.
But MCU hasn't been 100% accurate either.
Agree to disagree. Chris is right. Let's just agree on that.
This is like the MCU hasn't been 100% accurate.
Amanda's a timekeeper. All right, let us know what you guys think about the date change, and we'll talk about it maybe on We Got Your Mail. Don't forget, guys, we are streaming live on YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook for the first time. Finally, I was about to say TikTok, but not yet. So, comment. Let us know what you think. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, put it in the box and chime in at all times. Is what I'm trying to say. Also, real quick, if you want to catch the show, if you're not able to catch us on YouTube, Twitch, or live on Facebook, you can always catch us on the podcast version. There's Venom again. Sorry about that. You can always catch the podcast version of Spotify, SoundCloud, or iTunes. I just had to throw that in real quick before moving on to the next topic, which will be Sarah. What is the next topic of the day?
So, okay, if y'all are ready for this, okay, Hulu. Y'all know about Hulu. They've come out with a show. It's called Inside the D'Amelio Show. Everything you know about Charlie D'Amelio and her sister, they've come out with a D'Amelio show. It is rated TV-14. It's a reality show. TV series come out this year. From relative obscurity and seemingly normal life to being thrust into the Hollywood limelight almost overnight, D'Amelios are faced with new challenges and opportunities they could not have imagined. Charlie, who at 16 became one of the biggest celebrities with over 150 million followers combined, and the #1 on TikTok platform in less than a year, has the world at her fingertips and is working to balance fame and family life with dancing, relationships, making new friends in LA, and battling haters online. Okay. Her sister, Dixie, now 19, is experiencing her own sudden rise to fame with over 80 million combined and an exploding music career. If y'all have heard her song, I would go that far. For Mom and Dad, Heidi and Mark, raising teenagers is hard enough before adding cross-country moves, supporting their daughter's dreams, and doing the best they can to stay close and protect their girls from the dark side of fame, while also trying to adjust to life in Hollywood. Okay.
Real quick.
With that, go ahead.
No, that's what I'm saying. You gotta be fast.
Mm-hmm. No, I'll go fast. So this is just Hulu's bad jab at filling the Kardashian gap that will be happening soon, pun intended. Next.
That's what I was going to say. That's what it looks like. Bootleg Kardashian.
For real.
Did you guys watch
Far less interesting.
I've never heard of this show.
But did anyone actually watch the show?
I did. I watched it. It was dry. It was dry. That toast needed butter.
Hold on. What happened?
No, I was
I like Kardashian.
They were saying it's
a rip-off of the car.
It's not. I don't think so at all.
Yeah. No, it's Hulu's attempt.
That they are tackling suicide and mental illness. Mm-hmm. So, and they're making people aware from online bullying to anything about what these girls go through. like the first episode is pretty much the girls getting ready, and they're a bunch of TikTok pop-ups saying you should die, you only got fame because of your sister, you're a shit person, like kill yourself now, like all of these things, and these are teenage girls. So, and that's just bottom line, like any celebrity or TikTok, you know, I know because they got famous because they were dancing or whatever the case may be, they're getting bullied just because they're doing something that it's fun for them to do. Right. So what they're doing is bringing awareness to that. I don't think Kardashians ever did that. It was a bunch of drama, reality show about just their lives. I mean, Kylie kind of hit on it with her show. Like, she'll be like, oh, I get haters and blah, 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 blah. But with this one, it's more making people aware, and it shows like a circle that she has to hang out with of other TikTok people that are famous because they understand each other, and then like they had to leave their old friends because they're too busy, so it looks like they're too good for their old friends, and they're really not. It's just that they were trying to do something, and you know, that they enjoy. Like, one's a dancer, one's a singer, and one that's been a dancer since she was like 9 years old, so it wasn't something new when TikTok came up. The only difference is that she got famous because she hit it right when TikTok was coming out. Right. And she didn't do anything like everyone thinks, like, oh, you have to market it, you have to do this, you have to promote it. She just got in at the best time, and blew up. And she's just getting there. These kids are getting hate for it, and it's like, it's really sad. And I actually hope a lot of people watch it to bring awareness to the fact that, like, would you really go up to somebody in real life and go, I hope you die? Because
there's some people, unfortunately, that will.
But there's so many people.
There's a bunch of keyboard warriors that feel brave when they're behind
they're definitely braver when they're on in person.
You don't have to look someone in the eyes and say that.
It's like, some people might get beat up for that in person, but they feel safer behind their screen because they can do it without being face to face.
But bottom line, it's like you're sitting on your couch watching me do this, and you're telling me I suck. What are you doing? Like, at least she's going out there and like doing things, and then trying to build from her fame and do like clothing lines and do, you know, like, get it, like, hustle. Yeah. I, for one, like, support it, and I just, you know, I don't think people have any right to talk.
I'll close it on but real quick, because we didn't get your opinion. I don't know if you watched any of it.
Yeah, no, I saw the.
I binged it.
You know, I saw it pop up, and I was like, this is gonna be a stupid. I hate shows like the Kardashians. I'm not into reality shows like that. So I saw the post. I was like, there's gonna be some garbage, a bunch of rich girls, you know, acting whatever. And so I watched it, you know, just for the show. And I actually thought it was very interesting because it takes you on a journey through, you know, this whole like TikTok, YouTube star phenomenon is something that, like, you know, is happening to actual people who yesterday they were I don't want to say nothing, but yesterday they were just average people, and now they're, you know, she has like 150 million followers. Right. That's crazy. She's making money. She's like her family's life revolves around her career as a teenager. It's insane. But a lot of other people want to do it, and they want that same fame and stardom. And so they're watching this girl's process of just, you know, posting funny videos to being rich off of it, you know. And she has people doing her makeup. It's a crazy reality, but it is real. But at the same time, she has like this girl next door appeal where she's not like a Kardashian, where the world revolves around her.
She's shy.
She's very shy.
Awkward.
You know?
Awkward girl. Shy, awkward.
Yeah.
I've talked...
But likable.
But likable, yeah. She's sweet. She seems very sweet. So does her sister. They both seem really sweet, but they both battle with anxiety, depression, you know, like all of that stuff. And then, of course, this industry also doesn't help.
Well, real quick, you know,
it's a real small thing. It's like, I mean, I haven't seen the show yet, but like, I mean,
you don't have opinion. No, kidding.
I'm saying it's not really opinion on the show. It's just like, it's just opinion about how bullying has like gotten worse because yes, technology has brought us together in a way, but it's also brought out like the worst in some people, and it's like that's why people get more depression. I feel like lately and anxiety because people who bully you just for the heck of it, and it wouldn't be that way like if we were out all this technology, and there wouldn't be like there would be like less bullying because people don't. I feel like there's been less of it in person, and now it's like all like online.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, people have the ability to be anonymous nowadays, and they get brave.
I feel like they wouldn't be like this if we didn't have all this technology.
I feel bad for the parents because they have to watch their kids sit down and break down.
Any parent that has to go through that's the bad. Now the part where we were talking about where it kind of is feeling a Kardashian void wasn't that they were trying to make this show like the Kardashians. It's just that it's network TV and the networks know that the Kardashians was about to end. Right. So I mean, the timing was right. The things that this show seems to be talking about is going to be nowhere near probably what the Kardashians talk about. But here are the things and the reasons why I probably won't watch this show. Only because I know a little bit about of the history of the D'Amelios from TikTok. I mean, it wasn't her fault. It wasn't her intention. But she is one of the famous TikTokers who became famous from off the works of other content creators. She was one of the ones who acknowledged it. I give her credit for that. But the thing, and this is not her fault. The thing around the machine around her is this whole like Ariana Grande. Like they try to push this image that Ariana Grande was one of these up-and-coming people who put some songs on YouTube and then blew up. That's like a dream. Like, hey, this could happen to you. This could happen to me. Charli D'Amelio was not a person who was like, I made a couple of videos on TikTok, and I mean, it is and it isn't. She had a very comfortable upbringing from born in a more comfortable upbringing than a lot of other people. So seeing her TikToks,
already wealthy, you're saying
already wealthy before the TikToks even started.
That's
exactly what I said. When kids see people on TikTok with
but they already had money.
But I already had money, and when kids,
they already had quite a lot of money.
When kids see on that, especially on that app, when they see successful people or people, they're like, look at this pretty person, look at that house that they're in, and she can dance, and this combination
of sympathy for someone who.
Yeah, I'm not saying she deserves any of the bullying. That's all. That's all. But
nobody deserves to be bullied.
Nobody deserves to be bullied.
Just remember, I don't like bullies. I don't care whether.
But with every 20 bullies, she has 1 million people loving her.
Right.
So
exactly.
I'm glad that they did focus on the bullying. And what I was saying, how they were filling the Kardashian void, is they were bringing another reality TV family to the forefront to bring interest in for viewers. Yeah. And she is doing a different generation where they're more focused on bullying. They're more focused on that kind of climate of sensitivity than, say, the Kardashians were. And the Kardashians did actually do several videos of paparazzi stalking, death threats, bullying. There
even
was
bullying.
Episodes
with Rob Kardashian.
Children being threatened.
I'll say this: it's more appealing because it's a younger family, it's a younger girl. So I don't like any of these kind of reality shows. But if I had a gun to my head, I would probably watch this one over a Kardashian. You're never gonna get me to watch a Kardashian.
I never watched Kardashian.
I watch like a couple episodes.
Yeah.
I would probably watch this.
I love reality TV, but that one I did not watch.
The only reality TV I watch is Total Divas, and that's only because it's wrestling involved in the Miz and Miz.
Nothing to do with outfits,
Total Divas is
right,
awesome.
Chris?
You know it's true.
Nothing to do with outfits.
Honey, well, okay, guys, let us know what you guys think about that one, and we'll talk. Maybe we'll talk about it on We Got Your Mail. I won't, but maybe I'll let you guys handle that. But real quick,
once you watch the show, at least.
Yeah, watch that show.
Right? Yeah.
So on a sadder note, this is a great transition. I'm sorry for this, but on a sadder note, so recently, actor Michael K. Williams, the actor who brought a hard-edge charisma to his portrayal of Omar Little, the sawed-off shotgun-wielding stick-em-up man on the pioneer HBO series The Wire, was found dead on Monday in his home in the Williamsburg neighborhood of Brooklyn. The police said he was 54. Mr. Williams was found at about 2 p.m. according to the New York City Police Department. The death is being investigated as a possible drug overdose, and the city's medical examiner will determine the cause. Now, that in itself was, and I'll get into the rest of the second half of it. That in itself was sad to hear. Most people real quick, like with this actor, Jason, I'll start with you. when you think about this actor, what's the first thing that comes to your mind as far as his career?
The Wire.
The Wire. What about you, Sarah?
So he has been in a ridiculous amount of things that I can even vaguely remember. So he was in F is for Family. He was in, I'm rolling through. You can ask me what I can remember, but I totally, like he was in Superfly. You all remember that?
Yeah.
He was in that. He was in Assassin's Creed. That was a really amazing movie.
Never seen it.
He was in Ghostbusters as Agent Hawkins in 2016.
That was
the newer one. Yeah.
But
not the one about to come out.
Anybody else have any movies that you've seen him in?
I mean,
Boardwalk Empire.
Yet, but he did appear in one of my favorite shows for like a few episodes in season 3 of it. It was Community.
Oh, Community.
Like he was one of the. He was like.
I've just started watching that.
Okay, well, he comes up in like a few times in season 3, and I believe later on, but his first appearance is in season 3. Mm-hmm. He's one of the professors at the college, and he's kind of like. He's like there's like one scene he's like because like his character like went to prison and then came back and taught at school again. Yeah. And he's talking about the change of like Legos when he went to prison when he came out of prison, and it was very like moving moment though because it was like he was like reflecting on his childhood. I guess.
Legos are different after getting out of jail.
Yeah, and like it was like one of the talking points he had in the classroom, and he's like, why are some of these things like changed at this college? And like just like this college is kind of like comedic. They have like paintball wars at college. They do like just crazy Halloween parties, and he's like so much has changed since I came back.
I gotta catch up to the.
He has some pretty like awesome moments in the show though.
I've never watched Boardwalk Empire. I've never watched The Wire, but I will. Don't stop blogging. Yeah. Everybody that's watching stuff. It'll be the first thing. The only thing that comes to my mind when I think about this actor is a movie probably nobody's gonna talk about is The Road. Is anybody?
I read the book. And the book is even darker than the movie.
If you don't know, The Road is about real quick. You know what?
It's a post-apocalyptic story, basically like after the fallout of nuclear warfare. Nothing will grow anymore, and so it's like the last survivors of humanity. And there's it follows a father and son who are on this journey, and they're trying to find.
Safe haven.
They're trying to make it to the coast because they heard that stuff will grow on the coast.
On the coast, right?
But it's dark. There's cannibalism.
And everybody's murdering and things like that. And when Michael Williams' character is introduced, that was one of the first things I ever saw him in. I didn't know who he was at the time, but that it was something about that scene. I didn't know him at all. But when I saw that movie, I only saw it once. And I don't know anything about that movie, but for some reason that scene with him stuck with me. And then when I saw him again, I recognized him. Mm-hmm. And then I started becoming a fan of him. So that's the movie I think about when I think about.
Hey, his passing showed me how much of a butthole 50 Cent is.
Yeah, you beat me to it. Yeah, so guys, if you don't know, so recently in the news it was brought to people's attention that 50 Cent, I guess, had some kind of issue with the late actor and decided to use his death to bring it up. That he says on his Instagram account, don't ever try to understand me. I'm different. I don't do all this fake love shit. That's a quote from Mr. 50 Cent. What do you guys, Sarah? What do you think?
Okay. An old school. Real quick, he was saying, that's exactly what he was saying.
Okay.
Well, I'm sorry, Sarah, what were you saying?
So that's an old school mentality of paying respects. I may not like you. We may not have been buddies, been friends, but whatever beef we had, and I respect you to have beef with you. Like, you can't have beef with somebody that you don't ultimately respect a little bit. So for him to say, hey, we didn't get along, but what we had is what we had.
But that's not the only thing he said.
What do you think?
What did he say?
I didn't get that from them at all.
Hey, in a Facebook post, he said, new caption alert, hey, Jimmy, your man OD.
Yeah, I'm telling you, he was totally, I feel like he was disrespecting him.
That's how I felt.
That's some petty shit.
That's petty.
You should talk about the dead.
Yeah.
Billy.
I'm not saying that you have to pretend.
Well,
like
they quoted him better and everything else I saw.
Go out of your way to insult.
They could have said nothing, and that would have been fine.
Yeah, you don't have to speak out. If it's
don't say nothing.
It was very disrespectful.
That's petty.
What were you saying, sir?
They cleaned it up on all of my IG feeds.
Oh yeah.
Did he think he was gonna get what
praise?
I don't know what he thought. I don't know what he was thinking he was gonna get from that, but. I feel like
but
he's just running his mouth. He's running his mouth. He's 50 cents on the internet.
He's got a couple of shows coming out, so he's trying to get traction for those shows coming out. So.
Very true. That's just how it is.
That's what I said earlier. I think he's just wanting attention.
Yeah.
And this is I have beef with this guy. Now I can say something and it'll give me attention, even though it'll be negative.
Even if it's bad, it doesn't matter.
He just wants attention.
It's 50 Cent.
Let's be real. I don't call him
enough where you don't need to do this. You don't. Right. You don't. You've beaten the odds. You're still relevant. You've had your ups, you had your downs. But to do that, it's low.
From here on out, I'm calling him 50 cents.
He should try to change his name to Common Sense if he wants to.
Half a dollar. Half dollar had something to say.
No matter if you ask for it or not. But I guess let us know what you guys think about that, and then we'll talk about it maybe on another episode.
Right. 2 quarters.
One of the last things that has been happening out there is The Office. You brought this to my attention, right? So
I'm a big fan of this show, so
this is
watched it a lot.
Who is it?
I just started watching it.
The whole thing is that all the streaming services, or at least what streaming service is it on right now?
Comedy Central now.
They decided to remove episode 2, which was what was it called? Diversity episode.
Well, Peacock is the main.
Peacock.
Is it on TV or is it actually Comedy Central as a streaming service?
The article said Comedy Central.
But do they have a streaming service or is it just the channel on TV?
No, just the channel.
So from the actual network, they took it off.
Yeah. I'll real quick let everybody say their opinion about this whole thing. And then I'm sorry, I've got the wrong. I wrap it up. So NBC's long-running show, The Office, is the latest comedy series to join the list of those to become casualties of cancel culture. That's as viewers familiar with one of America's favorite mockumentary. I can never say this word. Mockumentaries. Watching a recent Sunday marathon of Comedy Central noticed that the show Diversity Day episode was omitted from the rotation. Jay, did you ever watch The Office?
I love The Office.
What do you think about taking that episode out of the rotation real fast?
In the times we living in, it's going to happen.
It's going to happen. Real quick, Sarah, what do you think, Sarah? What do you think about that?
So I get it. People are sensitive, but there's so many other episodes that you could probably be a little more sensitive about. Yeah. Just that one, purely based off the title. I feel like somebody's intern was like, which one do we need to pull? Oh, there's one that says Diversity Day. Let's just take that one. Instead of half of the other ones where there's some even worse business happening.
That's true. Come on. You said you watched it too, or you?
Yeah, I actually just watched that.
That episode?
That's in the first season.
I'm starting because I just started it. And Peacock has a super fan episode, so they're longer and more, so more content and stuff. And I mean, so I'm like, it's fresh in my mind. So I mean.
You can understand it.
But the thing is, for me, I'm not sensitive to that stuff. You know,
she just said a Kardashian line for me. No.
Anyway, no. I get it. I was like, but the thing is that he was making fun of it, and then the guy that was actually there was saying, no, that's bad too. So it wasn't like they were just making fun of all the. The HR policy and stuff like that. Yeah. They were telling him, no, Michael, no, it's not cool. You don't do that.
There's always a full circle thing.
He was making an example of the things that you don't do, and they were showing it. So it wasn't like they were just. They
weren't just making fun of just for the sake. They were showing an idiot doing it and then getting corrected.
A normal thing in life, and then the regular sane people are like, no, dude, not cool. I personally think it's silly.
It's like, I feel like
that's like 90% of the
show was like bringing attention, like this does happen in offices and all that. Like it wasn't really like make fun of any other race. It was really just like this happens in offices. And so like I mean, and it was
it really does.
I mean, that was like season 1, so that was like 2005.
Yeah.
And so like I mean, just now that people are now, it's like now people are getting upset of it. Like it's so long ago. It's like I mean, it's like it was really just being aware of what happens in the workspace sometimes. And so like I mean, it was really just like bring our attention. Like it happens. Like not everything is 100% positive in every workspace.
Right. But that's just Michael's character in the whole show anyway. So it's like, I mean, why pull up one show?
Jameson was the one who brought this to our attention. What do you overall?
Well, I mean, the whole point of Michael's character is that he is the boss that continually crosses the line on every subject, and so every episode is like, okay, what is a either touchy or real or just ridiculous setting that happens in everyday, for people who've worked in an office setting like that or cubicle, there's tons of seasons, tons of episodes, and each one of them is like, okay, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do the office party, we're gonna do this. What should we do at a wedding? And Michael's constantly crossing that line. But the whole point of it is, okay, this is it's funny because the humor in it is funny because it's stuff like you might see in real life, but and a lot of comedies, like there's things you might want to do in a comedy or say in a movie, but you would never say it in real life. Michael is the one who constantly, he's like, okay, this could happen and you may have seen things like it in a real setting, but we're going to show you like when it goes too far in a funny way for the most part. But the lesson you learn is, okay, don't be that guy. Like, don't be Michael Scott.
Yeah.
He's funny because it's a TV show, but it wouldn't be so funny to like live or work with the guy.
Right.
And so
he's a habitual.
Yeah, it's like it's really just showing.
I mean, that's what I got out of it.
What are you saying, Jason?
He's a habitual line stepper.
Yes.
I mean,
and that's the point.
He likes making people uncomfortable. Yeah. Like he gets off on it, and so it's like, okay, this is what would make someone uncomfortable if they were, stereotyped a certain.
And the
way.
show was
that's a Chappelle quote. Habitual line stepper. You didn't think I caught that, Jason. I'm sorry, real quick. But I'm gonna say something that maybe you guys will agree, maybe you won't. This is not a big deal, and it's not anything new. Not because of cancel culture, just because of TV in general. When you watch a movie that's rated R in the movie theater, and then you watch it again on regular television, what's different?
The rating.
Things are bleeped. Things are censored. It always happens. Yeah. So these streaming networks are doing what's been done all from the beginning of television. Yeah. But I double checked because I was like, because I do like this show, and I was like, please don't tell me that you can't see it anywhere. But if in all the platforms where you can buy
Peacock.
I mean, yeah, like
and all the platforms where you can buy like Vudu.
After it got taken off Netflix, I bought the whole 9 seasons for like $30.
Yeah. So whether you can buy a CD version or if you just buy a digital version, if you can buy it, you will still be allowed to get that. So that episode is not disappearing forever.
It's just comedy.
It's just getting censored. The way networks know.
I mean, it's kind of the principle of it.
And I feel like he did what he did, like in spite of them HR sending somebody to kind of like overrule him. Yeah. And he did his own diversity day in spite of the guy. Yeah. Because like he butted heads with them, and so like it was really just like to like get back at corporate. Yeah. He did this, and then I mean,
we can't really debate or recap the whole episode. Just the concept of what's going on about.
Yeah, I'm saying like I just feel like he did.
Have you guys seen the British version?
Is why he did what he did.
Which one?
Because he wanted to show
Have you guys seen the British version, which is what this whole series is based on?
I can't imagine it being.
Have you guys watched any of
those? Humor in general.
Because they had several episodes.
Yeah.
Am I breaking up? Am I coming through?
Yeah. What'd you say, sir? Yeah.
Okay, so have you guys seen the British version of the TV show, which was the original version before?
No.
Okay, so there was the British version, and then America caught up, and they decided to make their own version. But the whole premise of the show is to have over-exaggerated, worst office characters ever. Yeah. Like in an office characters, and then have a couple people that seem kind of normal and how they react to the show. Wow. So like being in a corporate setting, I've worked in a corporate setting since I graduated college. I have never encountered the extensity that these individuals have pushed it.
I've worked for a corporate company, KBR, but I was in a war zone. And over there, so yeah, it's a big Fortune 500 company. But when you got a bunch of guys from Texas that are in another country and just and being themselves, they're like I got sexually harassed.
Well, you don't think
a guy came up to me and tried to rub my shoulders and stuff and said, and his explanation was, well, I'm very lonely. I'm like, well, be lonely over there. So I've been in these situations in a corporate company before.
Not to the extent in which they are overplayed at the show, because at some point somebody reports it, and then there's that progressive discipline that flows down to them.
Well, I didn't
if somebody touches you in a way that you find inappropriate,
I looked for an adult. Yes, I called an adult. Yes, I did.
That's serious.
Hey, the show touched on.
No, Jason's talking. Let him talk.
The show touched on that many a times where somebody would go to HR on Michael and they couldn't get through. It's just nothing they could do about it.
Yeah,
Michael would just replace HR.
Yeah,
that's pretty realistic in a lot of jobs. Like a lot of jobs, you go to HR, but it's like if this manager is making the company money, they're gonna let the manager continue on in a lot of ways. And I've seen that at a lot of companies.
That's exactly what would happen a lot, which is why I couldn't complain about it.
Money or nepotism.
I mean, like in the Christmas episode. Like to the party that's boring, he goes and buys like 21 bottles of liquor to spice up the party, and like
because he's a good guy that just wants people to
but it's like Angela's like, you can't serve alcohol at this party, and then freaking Meredith, shut up, Angela. Meredith's like evil over here, and like Angela's trying to be good, and Michael's like feeding into like the more like chaotic part of the party, and then like he's like, is this enough to like get like 8 people drunk? Is that 20 bottles of liquor? Yeah, that should do it. And it's just absurd things that happen, and they keep him as boss still because he's making money.
Because he makes money for the company.
Because he makes money for the company.
We got to move on because
he never made money for the company.
Wait, you're broken up. Say that again. What'd you say, sir?
No, I said in the office.
Oh,
their branch actually did pretty terrible.
Yeah, it was losing. It was paper. It was losing money every day. That was the one weird thing about the show. But real quick, I gotta. We'll talk about it later.
Moving on.
We do need a buzzer. Yeah. So coming up next.
And you can push it.
I will. Can I push it?
Oh yeah, no. I thought you would definitely want to push it.
But that's what she said, buzzer.
Yeah.
Bring it.
But the next topic, it might be something you guys might be interested in. I don't know. Maybe not. From the Hollywood Reporter, Kristen Stewart looks Oscar bound, and for Spencer. For those of us who have admired the talents of Kristen Stewart, like myself, no, not really, since she was not even a teenager. It is a joy to be able to share that the 31-year-old's portrayal of Princess Diana in Pablo Larraín's Spencer, which has its world premiere at Venice on Friday, North America premiere at Telluride on Saturday, is truly the fulfillment of her tremendous promise and will almost certainly bring her the first Oscar nomination of her career. Real quick, guys, because we're running out of time. What do you guys think about the potential of Kristen Stewart in this portrayal of Princess Diana and getting a possible Oscar nomination? What do you think?
First of all, it's Telluride. Show some respect. I like skiing. This is probably one I don't have as much of an opinion on because I'm not like a real big. I don't want to say like Princess Di fan. I haven't like studied her. I'm not like. I mean, she's got people who love her and follow her, and there's been documentaries on her. I know like the basic story, but I've never dug deep into it, so I don't know like her little nuances and the way she acts. And I mean, Kristen Stewart is not really known for the best acting, so the fact that like you're saying Kristen Stewart is nominated for an Oscar is interesting. In
well, she's not nominated. She's that
like
this
they
performance
potential
looks Oscar worthy.
And so I haven't had a chance to watch this. So now I'm kind of curious to see because she usually kind of plays the same character in each one. She doesn't have a lot of expressions going on. But then Princess Diana wasn't known for being very flamboyant, very, so she may be a good fit for that role. And I don't have an opinion on it yet, but I would like to see a little more about that. I'm curious.
What about you, Sarah? Anything about Spencer?
So I actually have not seen any trailers or anything, so I don't have a lot of opinions on the actual movie itself.
Does it make you curious about her getting an Oscar?
I mean, I've seen Kristen Stewart in most of the things that she's played in, and I have to agree with, Jameson when he says that, she's pretty much
the same.
Kristen Stewart. I mean, it's not like she's got like this broad range. So, and Princess Diana was a very dynamic human being. She did a lot of charity work. She was out in the public a lot. She went through some horrific things that happened to her in her life. So depending on what they touch upon, it could be, a hard and dynamic role to play. So to believe that Kristen Stewart could do all of that, I don't know.
What do you think, Sarah? What do you think, Amanda?
So I've read tons of books on Diana. My mom's a huge Princess Diana fan, so she's always telling me about something. What I can say is, if anyone has ever seen Kristen, usually I've never really been a fan, but she played in a movie called Seberg. And if you ever watch that, like, it shows a whole different side of her. And then she actually did play oh my god, it's like iconic character in that movie, and it was back in, oh my god, I don't know, the 70s or something like that.
Oh, that's what it was set.
Where it was set, and it was about, oh my god, I don't remember the name right now because I'm drawing a bunch.
It's a ringing endorsement, by the way. No,
I know. I'm like, But anyway,
no, I get it.
If you look up Seberg, someone can look it up right now.
Like she's had performances.
But everything else she's done, it's right. You're right. She's had the same kind of character, but she was able to portray that character really well.
Seberg, is that what you're?
Yeah. And I don't know about this one because Diana, that's some real tough shoes to fill, and I'm actually really curious to see how she would be able to portray her.
That's where I'm at. I'm just it just makes me curious.
Sucks, she's gonna get a lot of hate. That's all I'm saying.
Look, but if she does a good job, she won't. People will see it.
Right. Because like The Crown, the girl that played the girl, like if she does,
she crushed it.
She crushed it. And like
that's the only reason why I'm curious about this, because I'm one of the Crown fans.
So they played Diana, young Diana, in The Crown.
Who was that actress?
I don't know that actress. All I saw was Diana. But let us know what you guys think about that. I'm curious. I mean, if they finally have the performance, whether you think she's a great actress or not, that says, hey, this might be Kristen Stewart's first Oscar nomination.
It's always 50-50.
I'm curious about, I mean, not if Meryl Streep is in the
role.
But yeah, let us know what you guys think about that, and let's move on to one of the last topics.
Watch that movie, and then you'll see.
Yeah. So real quick, I saw something on TikTok that kind of blew me away. It was kind of funny. I thought it was. I'll have to run through the premise real fast. Maybe I should save it for another episode. But if you guys want to talk about it, we can talk about it.
I don't know anything about this.
Nobody. Did anybody go to the link and watch it?
I mean, she has the script right there. It's written out what she says. I watched the video.
I watched it. Okay, so we'll just keep it to everybody who watched the video. So if you don't know, I'm gonna tell you real quick. So there's this TikTok person who has like 2 million followers on her page. Let's see. Her name is Hannah. Is it Hannah Pistoli?
Running out of time. What do you guys think about the potential?
What is that? I'm getting
feedback. In this portrayal of Princess Diana.
Is there somebody's phone on? Because I'm getting feedback.
It sounded like it was looping what you were saying already.
Was it looping or was that me?
It's a time loop.
Princess Diana.
Yeah. All right, so I'm gonna start over real quick. So real quick.
We're stuck in a time loop.
So real quick. So I'm gonna do it real fast because I won't have time to read the whole thing because I know we're running out of. What am I doing? We're running out of time. So basically, this girl on TikTok, she had a movie idea that was kind of interesting where a girl like leaves her house, she kind of sneaks out of the house and she goes on drives real fast. And just to clear her head, not to do anything in particular, she sneaks out of her room through the window. She comes back, the window's locked. She sneaks into the house and she goes to her room. Somebody's in her bed, and she quietly gets out of that room, goes knocks on her parents' door, like, Mom, Dad, there's somebody in my room. What the heck is going on? Call the police. And the mom and dad looks at her and goes, who the hell are you? And why did you break into my house? And she freaks out. They threaten to call the cops on her. She runs out of the house. She goes to the police. My parents don't. They say they don't know me. This person broke into my house. They're making my parents say these weird things, and that they're pretending like they don't know me. I don't know what's going on. Can you come help me? She gives the cops her name. The cops don't have her in the system. There's nothing. There's no trace of her anymore.
All her social media.
All her social media is gone. Everything is gone. So she said, "What do you think this premise would?" Oh, by the way, when she's in the police station and is told to leave because the cops think she's just messing around because she's giving fake names, right? Somebody else walks up to her and goes, "Same thing is happening to me. I thought I was the only one. I don't know what the heck is going on. So can we solve this mystery together?" Kind of a thing. So, and if I'm not mistaken, I think we just got a message from the creator of that of that TikTok. She's in the comment section when we were talking about Miss Hannah Pistoia. I'm sorry if I'm saying the name wrong, and let me know if I am or not. But yeah, I had the premise all set up, and I had your picture up. I believe I had it.
You did.
I had it up there. So just to let you guys know where you can find her online. So it was a pretty good. Concept of a movie. I'm thinking more TV show.
I
would definitely watch
a good
that.
ending for it.
Okay, come up with a name for it first. What do you think?
I don't know about a name, but I'm thinking like a way to end it, because this is just the starting of it. Then you're gonna be like, well, why is this happening? Is it like is it like a time thing? Is it like a magical thing? It would be an interesting and dark twist if it was like a Jeffrey Epstein conspiracy kind of thing. Like, this is how they capture girls. They pay people off and wipe off your trace.
But how do you get? How did you get the parents to get in?
Money.
That's dark. Now that's dark.
That's dark. Right? That's real. I guess you can workshop that.
Let's go.
So there's a movie from the 90s.
Let's go to the remote players. What do you think, Sarah?
So there's a movie from the 90s, I'm currently looking it up, where a man wakes up every day and nobody in the world recognizes him. So he ends up writing all sorts of things, and he ends up tattooing things on his body, because every day he wakes up and he looks in the mirror and he sees a different body, but all the tattoos
is that
are on there.
Yeah,
Momentum.
Yeah.
That is it.
Yeah.
So she is describing the movie Memento.
No, that's a movie where that's a movie where somebody who has no long-term memory, but but
he wakes up every morning in that movie, and nobody recognizes him. His family that he thought was his family wasn't his family. He woke up and his wife and his child didn't know who he was. And that's the same thing. So she leaves every night, and instead of going to sleep, she's driving in the car. So like, this is a recycled movie plot, sounds like to me.
This kind of feels like, though, it could be like she gets like sucked into like a different reality or something, where like her parents aren't her parents in this reality.
That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking that she, when you're driving in your Prius on E for more than 15 minutes, you get sucked into a parallel universe.
So that's what it feels like. It's a different parallel universe.
Plug that car in!
Yeah, the damn electronic cars. Jason, real quick, Jason, what did you hear the plot? What do you think about this plot? And do you have a name for this movie?
Plug it in.
Yeah.
I don't know. I heard somebody on the comment section was like, "I don't exist" or something like that.
That sounds fine.
Yeah.
I don't exist is fine.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I'd watch it though.
Yeah, I you know what, Hannah, and Hannah is in the comment section, by the way. She's watching. So hey, I appreciate you checking us out.
Yeah.
And I would like to see something like that on as a series. I think something like that needs to be, the mystery of it needs to be dragged out.
Yeah.
And what
not summed up in 2 hours.
Write it out and get the dialogue and copyright it.
Yeah. You got a movie, because I am plotting on you, Hannah. I am stealing that screenplay. Look, I'm gonna say one thing that's gonna. I know you're in the chat. I know you're here watching this, but I'm gonna throw a monkey wrench in your premise. DNA. if she says who she is, why can't she test her DNA against her parents?
Well, they said that they're wiping it and they're all a conspiracy.
DNA?
They won't.
Then,
they won't. They'll just mix it up with somebody else.
Or just maybe like somehow like this, if it is reality, like an alternate reality or something like
alternate
like
reality.
Her parents' DNA isn't the same, or like her DNA gets
or that
money because money.
Like it feels like her parents.
The parent being in on the premise
is
too. It's too dark. Two, it's only on the idea that you can convince them to keep lying forever, and which.
But also, is it the same child that's replacing you every single time? Then you can argue that.
Perfect. That's the question. That person that was in the bed, that's where the key is.
Perhaps the issue is with the car and the driver. So maybe the car is passing by these different houses every night, somehow downloading these lifetime worth of memories into whoever's driving and convincing them to be the other person. I wouldn't watch this.
We're getting real deep. That's dark.
She accidentally hopped in the DeLorean.
Exactly.
I wouldn't. But the DeLorean doesn't wipe your memory and download new shit.
I don't think I've said that in the comment section, Hannah. But I think I was about to comment something like that. Like, were you going 88 miles an hour? Because what the fuck happened? Because
just 88.
I think you just really wrote Back to the Future 4. It is a good premise.
Yeah, it's great.
She got a lot of views on it, and people are still trying to come up with a good name for it. And we're already in production for it, so sorry, Hannah, you've lost the rights to this. Sorry. Here's a real quick. I'm gonna say one last thing. Here's a scary thing, Hannah. I hope you really are writing this, but if get a literary agent and all that good stuff, do it the legit way.
People will sell it.
If you, I mean, it's not script yet and everything like that. If you submit this idea to, this is why studios don't just take scripts from off the street, because the premise could be something that could be totally different from another writer, but it could be similar enough to where it's like if they produce that other person's movie over yours and you feel like they stole my idea, that is another reason why production companies don't take scripts from people who aren't represented, because people claim that their script was stolen a lot. Getting a signal from Sarah. What's up, Sarah?
This is all I have to say. Vanilla Ice.
Ice
Under Pressure.
Yeah.
Under
Vanilla Ice. Do you know Under Pressure?
Yeah.
He literally won a lawsuit with the band that he stole that whole bass line from for one note.
Hannah says that don't worry, my copyright has me protected. She's copyrighted. Okay, good. I like the premise of it. I like the story.
Awesome.
Look for it.
Yes. I won't steal it. But I will watch it.
Just put him in a cameo
Maybe we should have you. We'll ask you to come onto the show, and maybe we can talk some more about it, because I want to deep dive into this and find out who the hell was in that bed. That's what I want to know. But
mystery.
Let me move on to the last topic of the. Do you want to read it? Or you want me to read it? You got it. We're gonna go to the last thing real quick. We're gonna do a Reddit read real quick, and Amanda, I almost forgot her name. She's gonna read it.
You could never forget this name. Okay, so do you want to explain like what this type? I know, because I just learned about it. I guess it's like a forum for "Am I the Asshole?"
Yeah, this is for "Am I the Asshole?" Yeah.
Yeah.
I wanted Amanda to read it because it's for a girl. I don't know if I should be reading it.
All right.
Because I'll get canceled.
All right. Am I the asshole for accidentally upsetting my niece by saying her mom's life would be better if she wasn't born? To summarize, I, 32 female, got into an argument over something ridiculous, and now everyone's mad at me. When my sister, 26 female, was 17, she got pregnant and had a baby girl. Obviously, since she was young, she wasn't exactly ready to raise a kid, but my family did the best we could to help her out. She currently has a stable job and is living with her child and the child's father in their own apartment. The issue is that since she had the baby so young, she never got to really experience her life. I'm child-free and I'm always enjoying new life experiences, and I know my sister is jealous of me for it. The other day, I came over for her daughter's birthday party, and we were talking about her as a baby. At one point, she started to argue about how she was raised, and I said, "Don't you ever think your life would have been better if she had never been born?" It turns out her daughter was in earshot of this, and she heard everything and got really upset. My sister got defensive, and she said that her child was the best thing that ever happened to her. Called me an a-hole, I guess? A-H?
Asshole. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's what it stands for.
And kicked me out of the party. She blocked my number and won't talk to me now at all. My mom is saying I should apologize, but my dad agrees with me on this and says my sister was overreacting. Maybe I was a bit too aggressive when I said it, but I know what I said is true. Am I the asshole for what I did?
Yes.
Okay, Sarah wants to chime in on this one. What do you
Yes.
Yes,
you have no right to comment on somebody else's life, especially when it comes to whether or not a child who now is in this world, who is your blood relation, who is, I'm sure, a lovely person who loves you dearly, whether or not they should exist. So yes, you are the asshole, and you should be sorry for saying that child
At the birthday
shouldn't exist.
At the birthday party, no less. What do you think, James?
I would say, okay.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. She's telling her that your life would have been better. First of all, you don't know that. Second of all, everybody has a different, opinion on. What
Can we show
is.
Jason's eyes for a second, because that's telling all the stories right now. Sorry to interrupt. His eyeballs on point.
But I mean, even if you think that you think your sister's jealous and missed out on stuff, like she could look at you and be like, well, you're missing out because you don't have a kid. Like it's two different types of joys and two different types of whatever, and one might be some person's bag of chips and the other might be somebody else's bag of chips, and but I mean, the fact is you're at the daughter's birthday party arguing and saying you may have had a better life if your daughter wasn't born, even though it's her birthday. Like that's a pretty big thing to do.
She didn't bring the Barbie's
context.
Playhouse to that one.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, like especially at a birthday party, like that's like 100%.
Captain America would never do that.
No. He'd probably beat somebody up who did that. You see him as like Hydra.
It's not a very American thing.
No.
Right?
I mean, like for you to say all those things, and it's not your kid, especially if it's not your kid, like you shouldn't say anything about that. Who cares that they're
but it was
related
a
to?
niece.
Yeah, but still, I mean, like that girl like probably loves you to death, and she hears you
not
say
anymore.
I mean, yeah, like, before she heard this, she probably loves you to death, and then she hears you say it about it, like, oh, it'd be better if she wasn't born, your life would be better. But that's 100% messed up.
What do you think? I'm gonna save you for last. What do you think, Jason? Jason, what do you think about that whole situation?
It's terrible. It's terrible. It's real bad. Yeah, it's a shame that somebody would make an opinion about should someone be alive or not. That's not up to you.
What do you think, Amanda? What do you think about this whole situation?
Well, first of all, I don't understand why you can't change the fact that
what's happened. Yeah.
Why even ask that question?
Yeah.
Because there's nothing you can do. Like it's not going to change. There's no reason for that. The kid is alive. It is what it is. You don't know if you were going to be better or not for it. So that is just dumb in its own right. So I would say yes, you are the asshole.
Yeah. It reminds me of the movie Hook.
Yeah.
When he's with the kids and he's Captain Hook has kidnapped the kids and he's telling him, he's like, before you were born, your parents were happier.
They were happy. and now it's I want a cookie. I want a party. This, oh my God, that you are now the asshole because you are Captain Hook.
Sorry,
From
but
Hook,
that niece better get everything in the will when you die. Give her everything.
You got some sucking up.
Yeah, her mother is like, let's see what your aunt
she gets everything.
got you. Yeah.
But it's sad 'cause she's
Leave
never
everything
gonna
to
take
her.
care
Oh, your aunt gave you $1,000?
Yeah. Oh my God, your aunt just paid your college fund.
Yeah.
Wow. I wonder why. Feeling guilty.
I mean, she is, kid free and she can afford it.
Yeah, exactly.
But I mean, it's sad because, like, you think about that one conversation, she'll never be able to take that back. That kid's opinions, like, she's always gonna remember that.
Nobody wants to hear.
You know who it would have made
better off without them.
It would have. This story would have made not more sense, but it's something that like a parent would have probably said to their, because they're thinking as a parent of their kid, and like you, and then they're having that conversation. Why'd you have kids so soon, or out of wedlock, or whatever. But for it to come from her sister, that had to have stung a little bit more. Like we're the same age group, dude. Like what the hell? Like that had to sting, man. And for what reason? To make herself feel good? To make her? What was the point of it? Yeah, none of it made sense. But yeah, I think we're unanimous on that. Like, so anybody coming to the defense of the girl?
No.
Maybe
not even Captain America.
Maybe
no?
she was
drunk.
I'm drunk, but I will say, if you're a blunt person, sometimes things come out.
Yeah.
If you're drinking too
Maybe
much.
I mean, who doesn't go to a 9-year-old's birthday party and start drinking? What are you saying, Sarah? Did it freeze? We froze real quick. What about you? Any last opinions on it?
I think she could be just mad at her sister. Who knows?
Yeah. No, we're unanimous.
You're all unanimous on it? All right. We're all that's it.
No,
You're gonna. You did. Okay, there you go. Sarah, what were you saying? You froze a little bit.
But her dad agrees with her. Wow.
No, it's kind of lagging. It's like okay.
He's a crap person.
We've already been streaming for an hour and 30 minutes, so I'm gonna close the show.
I was gonna say for next week, they just released like a Matrix trailer for the new movie.
So after tomorrow we'll be able to talk about that. But
yeah, they did it this morning apparently. So next week
we'll talk. Yeah, we'll talk about that. But real quick, I'm gonna close the show out and say thank you guys for watching again. Sorry. I don't know why I thought I could have a panel with 6 people where I could squeeze the same number of topics in. Like, I'm definitely, next time we do something like this,
smaller.
Cutting it dramatically, guys, because I know I kept you guys way longer than normal, but I appreciate it. It was fun.
I enjoyed it.
I had a good time. We're going to try to figure out whether or not should I bring the sofa in here or should we just keep it like this? What do you guys think? Well, tell me on text, and we'll talk about it real quick.
What would you like to see?
Comment below, let me know.
As long as you keep the...
Is it a black leather
sofa? God, I'm not getting into that. Look, Hannah, please reach out because I want to talk about your TikTok account. I want to talk about. I want to see if we can invite you onto the show.
Talking about different content and reviewing stuff, and then I also do photography. So you can find me at Jameson_Everett_art on Instagram.
Awesome. Amanda, where can they find you online if people want to reach out to you?
I don't know. I'm all over the place. But I guess just like my Instagram, I have a YouTube channel called Adventures in Space City. I changed it. It was La La Land, but I'm not there anymore.
Am I still the manager of that?
Huh?
And the movie coming up still.
Oh, yeah. Our
multiversal
sketch.
Oh yeah.
The
okay,
multiversal.
I was gonna let you do that because you're in this outfit. Yeah.
I'll do
that. So Instagram, whatever.
Okay, so for social media, I mean, since I'll promote my cosplay page, I am Dyer Cosplay on Instagram, DYER Cosplay. But yeah, so like me and Amanda met about doing this multiversal type sketch, kind of like comedy, but basically. We're kind of not just doing the Marvel universe. It's really going to be we're bringing in characters from Disney. That's why she's going to be a Disney character. I'm going to be Captain America in this. And we're calling it the Multiverse of Mayhem.
The Disneyverse of Madness. We're
all going to be associated with this. Everybody see here is associated with this movie.
That was good.
And basically, we filmed some of it, and we're going to film some more very soon. And it's called the Multiverse of Mayhem. Oh. And it's to be like any universe, not just Marvel, not just anything like that. To be crazy. We're gonna be all kind of characters.
Well, and I know hopefully. Yeah. I know we had a little jumble in the Zoom, but so I know it says Sarah, but so real quick, Jay, where can they find you online?
They can catch me on Instagram at StyleBell and on Facebook at StyleJSBell.
Outstanding, and the one and the only Sarah. Where can the people find you online?
Sarah Katherine the Red with the underscores on all that fun stuff, primarily on Instagram.
All right. It's always lagging. It keeps lagging at the wrong time, but
I think I'm frozen.
Yeah. Well, we got it. We'll put it in the comments and shout you out. I'm sorry about that, sir. All right, so just to close the show real quick, guys, thank you once again for joining us. Thank you to the panel for joining. I promise I'll do my best to start on time. Sarah knows that I'm always late. I'm on CP time.
There was issues.
I had to bring this table in by myself. Nobody helped me. And so, guys, remember, comment below. Let me know what you guys think and share your thoughts. So let's just keep talking, and we're gonna do some more reactions. We got a lot of great ideas coming your way. So check that out. So until next time, guys, you can reach out to me at that was my old one. Aha, Chris W. Fagan on all the social medias or at T3 Medias, and it'll reach out to me too. And if you got a question, comment, or concern, put it in the box, and we'll talk about it. So until next time, guys. Nobody talk during the outro.
Our supporters help make all this content possible, so make sure you check out our Patreon page so you can help us bring you the content you want.
Push the pedal to the freaking metal. I'm turned up just like heavy metal. Yo. Turned up on another level. Push the pedal to the freaking metal. I'm turned up just like